Mr. President, I have to address a comment that was made earlier as to why permitting reform hasn't been accomplished to this point. Mr. President, as someone who's been in the construction industry for 25 plus years, been a part of conversations about how do we make this happen, listening to groups that have been at the table, in the rooms constantly, there is one reason we have not made it to this point before, and that is because far-left environmental groups have said no. They love this idea that they can use these permitting processes, take companies to court, muck up the system, and drag it out if it's something they don't like. But what do we find here today? We have two small little sectors that they happen to like, so okay, let's do it for them. Mr. President, it's time to consider everyone in Minnesota and not just some special interest groups. That is why we have never made it to this point before. And there's only one reason this bill made it here now today, I believe. Because a backroom deal was made to bring a far-left environmental group on board. We're leaving out so many sectors of Minnesota that make this economy run. I'll say it again. We could pass this today and think we're accomplishing something, and we're going to watch industry and business leave this state. And people will have to follow. Mr. President, we're missing an opportunity, and I wanted to be able to support this. A fear that I have is that the little provision that was brought into this bill that made it better, that brought in another sector, won't survive conference committee. That's what we experienced last year when the Senate made provisions to try to make things better. Wasn't accepted by the other bodies, stripped out. And that's what I envision here, because I've been working on this area. I was trusting people as we worked through. And Mr. President, I hate to say it, but I think my trust is now gone. We want to talk about compromise and trying to work together. Mr. President, I don't know how that happens from here going forward. As we had discussions trying to get to a bipartisan bill here to get votes, multiple votes from each party, we stepped away from that. We went backwards today. And I don't know that it's possible anymore, the way we are operating. I wanted to be able to vote green on this bill, and I cannot. I will be voting red, Mr. President, and it hurts, but that's what I'm going to do.